Week 1, Introduction to Anatomy and Physiology. Understanding the human body. This course is a prevention course designed to teach patients and participants how to mitigate the onset of coronary artery disease, how to minimize risk factors linked to coronary artery disease, and in order to do that, we explore CAD, the pathophysiology, and prevention mechanisms or strategies. But before we can tackle CAD, we need to garner a thorough understanding of the human body. Anatomy and physiology, they are both essential to understanding the human body. Anatomy is the branch of science concerned with the structure of the body, concerned with bodily structure. Physiology is concerned with how the body works, how does it function, it's concerned with functionality. We can examine structures with and without the use of tools such as a microscope. The study of structures without the use of a microscope, gross anatomy. The study of cells and tissues, organs with the use of a microscope, histologic anatomy. Developmental anatomy, it deals with the development of the individual from fertilized egg to adult form. So again, this is a prevention course, but the building block of understanding CAD and how that disease functions and the pathophysiology is going to be a thorough understanding of the human body. At the simplest level, the body is composed of atoms. Atoms are ultramicroscopic building blocks of matter. Now, we know of atoms that are very familiar to us, such as oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, and sodium. And when atoms come together, they form molecules. So again, at the very simplest form of composition, the body is composed of atoms. Now, there are molecules that are very familiar to us in our everyday lives. That includes water, sodium chloride, proteins, which we will explore in detail throughout this course, carbohydrates. Later in the course, we will define refined versus unrefined carbohydrates, lipids, steroids, phospholipids, waxes, triglycerides. So we will get into detail about those molecules, but molecules, they combine together to form cells, and our cells, the fundamental unit of living things. So as we move up the organization chain, the next level of organization, tissues. And tissues are simply a group of cells that come together for a similar function. An example, muscle tissue, nerve tissue. Different tissues then come together to form what we know as organs. Now, organs are comprised of two or more different types of tissues. So, an example of an organ could be the heart, which is an organ that we will pay close attention to during this course. The stomach, another example of an organ, and they are comprised again of two or more different types of tissues. Moving up the organization chain, organs come together to form organ systems. The digestive system is an example of an organ system. The lymphatic system is an example of an organ system. And we will pay close attention during this course to the digestive system and the circulatory system. Organ systems then come together to form the highest level of organization known as an organism. So again, we have the tissues, they come together to form organs. Organs come together to form organ systems, and organ systems operating together form an organism, which is the highest level of organization. As we examine coronary artery disease, how it functions, and we take a close look at the risk factors, two systems are going to really be of importance during this course, and that is the circulatory system. The circulatory system, it will move blood and nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, hormones around the body, and it consists of the heart, blood, blood vessels, the arteries, and the vein. So we want to keep our eye very closely on the circulatory system. Now, we are going to really get into the details the details of the relationship between diet and disease. So the digestive system is another system that we will pay close attention to during this course. It consists of a series of connected organs, and these organs allow the body to break down and absorb food and remove waste. This system includes the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, the rectum, and the anus. So again, two systems that we really want to pay close attention to: the circulatory system and the digestive system. Additional organ systems include the endocrine system. Now, the endocrine system is responsible for the secretion of hormones into the blood. These hormones, they travel to different tissues, they regulate bodily functions. A hormone that we definitely will examine in this course, insulin, and that is because insulin is directly related to the formal diagnosis, type 2 diabetes. Remember, this course will cover coronary artery disease, but we also examine the risk factors. Now, insulin is produced by the beta cells. Okay, the beta cells in the pancreas, and the beta cells are the only cells that produce this hormone insulin. And insulin is going to regulate blood sugar levels. And so when we think of a type 2 diabetic, we think of insulin resistance, we think of glucose intolerance. So definitely we will examine insulin throughout this course. The immune system, another organ system, it's the body's defense against bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens that might be harmful. The lymphatic system, it includes lymph nodes, lymph ducts, and lymph vessels, and it also plays a role in the defense, in the body's defense. The nervous system. The nervous system, it controls voluntary action, involuntary actions, and it sends signals to different parts of the body. Another branch of the nervous system, the central nervous system, and this includes the brain and the spinal cord. So again, we will be examining these organ systems and see how they play a role with diet and disease in totality. The reproductive system. The reproductive system allows humans to reproduce. The male system is comprised of the penis, the testes, the female reproductive system comprised of the vagina, the uterus, and ovaries. The muscular system. It consists of about 650 muscles that aid in movement, blood flow, and additional bodily functions. Now, our skeletal system, very closely tied to the muscular system, consists of 206 bones that are connected by tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. The skeletal system, it helps us move, but it's also involved in the production of blood cells and the storage of calcium. The respiratory system, it allows us to take in vital oxygen and expel carbon dioxide in a process that we engage in every day, an important process known as breathing. We have two systems left to cover. The integumentary system, the body's largest organ, it will protect us from the outside world. It is the first defense against bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens. The urinary system, it helps to eliminate a waste product known as urea from the body. You have successfully completed video 2. Please move on to video 3.